As you know, I worked Hollers and Heroes over in Pikeville, Kentucky this past weekend, and I'm going to show you some of the items that I picked up. As you can see, our special guest was the Big Show. I got a great photo with him, and I also spent time talking with a couple of the other legends that were in the house. I did 3 shows in 8 days, Saturday to Saturday, starting with the Bash in Beckley, which was a huge success. Over 1,000 people came. Went to kick off B-Dub's season in Cross Lanes, West Virginia with Appalachian Championship Wrestling. Outside of the B-Dubs in Cross Lanes, can't get enough of those shows from Appalachian Championship Wrestling, and we've got 4 of them coming up this summer. And then on Saturday, went over to Pikeville, Kentucky, just down across the West Virginia border into Pikeville, Kentucky to host Hollers and Heroes for my friends at Time Warp Ashland. And it was on Thursday I found out that there actually wasn't going to be matches. I thought I got invited because one of the sponsors was ACW and there was going to be matches, I thought. But turns out no, they just wanted me to be there to MC the affair, talk about the vendors, mention all the celebrities that were in the house. And boy, there was a lot of them, from horror to children's programming, obviously some pro wrestlers, some UFC fighters, even an adult film star, Hall of Famer was in the house, Ginger Lynn. But right now I'm going to show you some of the items that I picked up. There was a lot of vendors to check out, and I think I did reasonably well. I'm going to show you some of those items right now. Thanks for watching. My name's Adam. I'm a ring announcer, wrestling fan, and collector here in the mountain state of West Virginia. Just got back from Hollers and Heroes. Met an amazing artist, Craig Boldman, and he had some sketches in a binder. This is a digital sketch that he did, but he's been at Archie Comics since 1992, has drawn the Jughead strip, and many others over the years. What a nice guy. I had a great time talking to him and picked up his version of Andre the Giant. One of the vendors had this card for just $1, and it just so happened that Uncle Fred Ottman was in the house. Loved talking to Typhoon, and as I sat down to have him sign the card, I told him I think that him turning on the Bushwhackers was the first ever heel turn I remember watching, and it was so shocking to me as a kid. When he became Typhoon, he turned on the Bushwhackers, joined up with Earthquake and the Nasty Boys, and of course Jimmy Hart, and that's where the Natural Disasters were born. But if you'll notice in this card, 1991 Classics, he's got Earthquake in a headlock right there. If you see me in person, ask me what he said about that hold. I'm not going to repeat it here on the channel. As you know, I'm all about the WrestleMania physical media. I've got the box set down underneath my television. I try to buy all the DVDs of WrestleMania that I can. And I found this one. It's 25th anniversary collection. This is really neat. It's got a booklet in here and 3 discs of matches, and I'll maybe put a little video of some of that stuff here. Really neat anniversary collector's 3-disc set. Looking forward to checking that out. WrestleMania 25th anniversary. I guess I'm a Lex Luger cover collector. I think 1991 is going to be my next thing because I just saw this one and I wanted to pick it up because it had Lex on the cover. And it's from 91, and as I talked about in my Eras video of Lex Luger, 91 was his year, man. He started as U.S. champ and ended as the world champion. And this is February of 92, and that's the month that I went to my first wrestling show as a kid. And so this would be some of that lead up to that. And this is A Reign of Pain, Lex Luger and the Agony of a Champion. So like I said, I guess I'm building a Lex Luger magazine cover collection now. And 2 figures, one that I took with me to get signed, but this one I had a great time talking to this vendor. I think his name was Dan. We talked throughout the entire day. We chatted about a lot of wrestling, and this Heath figure was sitting there the whole day. And I kept telling myself, the later it gets, I kept going back and just scoping it out, but it didn't have a price on it. So I was not sure what he might want for it, but I thought it was a great deal, and I was happy to support him because we'd been hanging out all afternoon and chatting about wrestling. And so finally picked up the Heath Slater Elite. It's in really good shape. Been looking at this on eBay for a long time, but I love that I was able to get it from a vendor up close in person, and give my money directly to him. A fee-free transaction, hopefully. And so adding this to the Heath collection. And then finally, the one I took to get signed, this guy, what a legend indeed. The Godfather was in the house. I saw some Papa Shango autographs, I saw some Kama autographs, and of course plenty of Godfather autographs, classic and otherwise. He's got 3 of the greatest signatures of all time, and this pink really pops on the new Legends Godfather. So, and glad the Godfather is okay, man. There was some nasty weather both days coming into Kentucky and leaving that evening. They rolled their truck on the highway. You probably saw the video, but Godfather's okay, and thank God he is. And it was such wonderful to chat a little bit with him about Texas, about the UWF a little bit, and also about Global. I was telling him about watching Harlem Heat on Global after school back in the day. So that's some of the stuff from Hollers and Heroes that I picked up. Thanks for the invite from Ashland's own Time Warp. I hope I get to do it again. I already talked to a couple vendors there. One guy even invited me down to Nashville to work a show for them. So who knows what the rest of the year will be like. But worked 3 shows in 7 days or 8 days, Saturday to Saturday, from the Bash in Beckley to B-Dubs, and then Hollers and Heroes. I always appreciate getting the invite anytime somebody wants me to be a part of their show, and I want to do a good job, and I hope I did a good job for our friends at Time Warp for the Hollers and Heroes. Hopefully they get to do it next year. They're talking about doing to 2 days, so we will wait and see. Next up, my wife and I are traveling over to Frankfort, Kentucky. We're going to check out the Miss Elizabeth exhibit. We're going to go in for one of the drive-in nights, hopefully if the weather holds up. Going to check out the exhibit, and hopefully we're going to get to check out Elizabeth's gravesite. It's right there off Main Street in Frankfort. That's also where Daniel Boone is buried. So hopefully I will get enough footage to share with you here on the channel. That's it for this time. Hope to see you next time, and come see us at the matches.